What's up, guys? So here in about an hour, I'm due to get a direct deposit for $224,500 and some dollars. And a question people always ask me is, what does it feel like to make that much money in one day? Or what does it feel like to be 25 years old and make millions of dollars? And it's a question that I used to ask myself when I would see people making millions of dollars, driving supercars, living in big mansions, living this crazy lifestyle. It's what everyone's always wondering, what does it feel like? So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what it feels like to be making $225,000 today alone. And the craziest thing is, in 2025, this is not the biggest paycheck I've received in one single day. Earlier in the year, I think the biggest one-day deposit I've had so far this year was $270-some thousand. But I want you to know that it wasn't always like this. 5 years ago, I was living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Currently, I'm in Miami, Florida. But when I was living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I was working at GNC selling supplements. And the types of paychecks I was used to receiving, number one, came every 2 weeks. And number two, it was like $300 every 2 weeks. I hardly had enough money to put gas in my car. I remember I would pull up to gas stations and scramble through my car looking for change so I could put together a handful of change with the few dollar bills I had, go into the gas station and be like, hey, can you put $4.56 on pump number 6? To my beat up Honda Accord that I crashed into a bunch of stuff. It looked like a homeless man's car. And that's what my life was like 5 years ago. And then I'd go to the gym. I went to LA Fitness in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There was a guy there that drove a black Audi R8. It honestly wasn't even that nice, but it was the nicest car in Pittsburgh. And I always wondered, what does it feel like to be the guy that pulls up to the gym in a black Audi R8? Like, that is sick. This dude must love life. I'm sure he feels so good making all this money. So I've been broke, and I've been in this position that I'm in now that I'm gonna make multiple millions of dollars this year. I'm 25 years old, and my life's completely changed. And like I said, here in the next hour or so, I'm gonna receive a direct deposit to my PNC bank app for $224,000. So in this video, I'm gonna break down what it feels like. Now, you might be thinking it feels crazy. You have those thoughts of, oh my goodness, if I made $224,000, here's what I would do, boom, boom, boom. But truthfully, it feels the same as getting paid $2,000 my first week when I was selling life insurance. There's really no different feeling. The real feeling is knowing that you're working hard for something, and when you work hard for something, you feel as if this is what I earned, this is what I deserve. So when I was in my first week of sales, I was like, okay, I've been in sales for 1 week. I work 12-hour days, 6 days of the week. I'm not that good at sales yet. It's my first week, but I put it all out there. I went as hard as I could. I feel like $2,000 is about what I earned, and that's what I would get. Now, keep in mind, I've been working long, hard days, investing a ton of time and investing a ton of money into my current career and business. So when they direct deposit me $224,000 here in a few minutes, it's the same feeling. It's like, I kind of feel like that's what I deserve, and that's what I've earned for going so hard and making so many sacrifices and being so committed for the last 5 years. And the truth is that you get paid in direct correlation to the value you bring to the marketplace. So whatever your financial situation is right now, that's exactly what you've earned and what you've deserved for yourself, whether it's good or whether it's bad. I had to have a reality check back when I was dead broke 5 years ago to the fact that this income I'm earning is exactly what I deserve to get for my current effort, my current risk tolerance, my current sacrifices that I've made and I was willing to make, who I'm surrounding myself with, what I'm listening to, who I'm listening to. It put me exactly to where I was, which was dead broke. It wasn't until I made big sacrifices, took risks, changed who I was hanging around, switched how many hours I was putting into my career, changed my mindset from negative victim to positive solution oriented. And you stick with that with consistency and discipline and faith and belief over the course of a long time, to where when you receive these big deposits, it's like, okay, this is 5 years in the making. I work very hard. God is very good, but this is what I've earned. This is what I deserve. So it doesn't really feel that crazy. It's like, yeah, this is what you get when you go hard for 5 years and you learn from people that have already done this before you. So that's really how it feels. Now, that's a blessing because they say easy come, easy go. So for someone that works hard for a large sum of money and puts in a ton of time, sacrifices a bunch, invests into themselves a bunch, stays focused, doesn't quit, when you give them a bunch of money, they can handle it. Because through that hard work and consistency and the ability to stick to something, you build what's called character. Because talent can get you somewhere, but it's character that can keep you there. So maybe you could get lucky and have a large sum of money fall upon you quicker and sooner than you deserve it. And if that's the case, those are the people that end up losing it because you don't have the character to sustain the blessing that God just gave you. So if it's taking you watching this video longer than you want to achieve the big result that you're going after, look at it as maybe this is God telling me I need to develop my character more, because if he were to bless me right now with the financial gains that I'm looking after, I probably couldn't handle it, and it would end up being more of a curse than it is a blessing. Think about it. If God gave you $224,000 right now, what would you do? You'd probably go do something stupid. But when you work hard, you realize the value of money, and you realize how much time, energy, and effort it takes to earn a large sum of money like that. I'm not gonna go blow it on designer clothes because I know how much time and energy it took to earn this money, and that time and energy is much more valuable than a $10,000 Gucci belt. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, this kid's in a $650,000 McLaren. Here's the thing though, this McLaren is a 765 LT. They only made 765 of them. So if you know anything about cars, this is actually an appreciating car. It goes up in value. But not only that, in my business, this is an investment, because when I pull up in this and people say, what do you do? I say, oh, well, I sell life insurance. I can teach you how to do it. I recruit them onto the team. And the amount of money you can make in this business from the people on your team when you teach them how to make money far exceeds how much a car like this would depreciate. But if you look at my cars, SVJ Roadster, 765 LT Spider, you'd realize I don't buy depreciating cars. I buy appreciating cars that you can only afford if you have a lot of money. But you'll never see me spending money on stuff that's a waste of time, like designer clothes, or a waste of money like designer clothes, or just blowing dumb cash, because I know how much it's worth to me in time and energy. Like, it took me 5 years to make $224,000. If I went and spent $100K at the club, that's equivalent to me saying, okay, it was worth 2.5 years of my time to go have fun at the club for one night. That's not how it works. Now, with all this being said, God has been so good to me. All glory goes to him. I gave my life to Jesus in 2020. Ever since then, I've tried my best to live with God first every single day in my time. I wake up and read the Bible. I say my prayers. And in my finances, I've given 10% of my income every single week since January of 2021 to the local church. It's something called tithing. If you don't know about it, look into it. But tithing and giving my life to Jesus and keeping God first with my time and money has been the biggest difference maker in my life. Everything I have is a blessing from God. I'm fully aware he could take it all away in the snap of a fingers. So I try to be a good steward with it the best that I can. Now, if you're looking for an opportunity where within 5 years you can have the ability to make $224,000 in one day, you would join our sales team. Here's how it works. We'll teach you how to sell life insurance. You can make a ton of money selling life insurance. My first year, I made over $300,000 just selling life insurance from home, reading a script word for word to leads that this company gives me for free. I was also 20 years old with no sales experience, so I can teach you how to make a lot of money selling life insurance. Then once you master selling life insurance, what's gonna happen is you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, I wanna tell everyone about this. Because when I was 19, I didn't think it was possible to make 6 figures, let alone 300,000 as a 20-year-old, your first year in a sales opportunity. So I'm like, well, there's probably a ton of other people out there that wanna make a lot of money, but aren't aware that they can, or they don't know how. So I wanted to tell everybody about it. The good news on our sales team is once you master sales, you can grow your own sales team to where you can recruit people, teach them how to sell life insurance, help them change their life. And as you help other people make a lot of money, you get compensated for being the team leader as well, which is where you can make millions and millions of dollars and drive $600,000 cars or $1 million cars, or donate multiple 6 figures to the church. I've given like $300,000 to our local church this year. I retired my mom this second year in this business. So if that's what you're passionate about, retiring your hardworking mother, I can teach you how to do that as well. But if you're interested, click the link in the description. It's our company overview. It teaches you how we get paid, how we get leads, how everything works. And if you want to take the next steps to join the team, use the same link. I run a group interview every Monday at 8 p.m. where you'll be on live with me. I'll go over all the frequently asked questions, and we'll get you in the process of getting licensed and joining our team. God is good. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe to the page for more.